So this is what we're about to build. We're about to build the frame. So we're going to put all of these aluminium pieces together. Strip it up. They're all joined together by these pieces here. There's this round thing, a nut and a bolt and a nut inside the profile. All of these are on the top side of the profiles, not underneath. They're all on the top side. We're going to measure this distance here from the bottom of this leg to the bottom of this profile to be 145 millimeters, and that will be the same right around. Tip up again. And just to reiterate, the back of the printer is the one that has the two profiles with the central hole, and at the front of the printer here, where I'm standing, we've got these holes here
on the side.
On the side, the left and right side of the frame. So that's what we're about to build. Stay tuned. And now the first stage in building an X400 is to build the frame, and for that you'll need all of these aluminium profile pieces, these rods, and out of your big bag you'll need the smaller bag, which contains, amongst other things, the bearings. It also contains belts and so on. And you'll also need the bag containing little rubber feet, the profile connectors that join everything together, and so on. So you'll need those two bags out of this bigger bag.
Okay, so this is the Z axis, or the back of the printer.
Yep.
The back of the printer, the only two profiles that have the holes in the center. One of them has the extra two holes here, which is the top part. So the one with the additional two holes goes at the top, so that the horizontal rods for the Y axis go through here. And on your side you have the front, which
these are the two rods that are at the front. One of them has only the two larger holes for connecting the profiles together, and the other is the only piece of aluminium that's got two holes in it here. And these two holes match up with these two holes here, so there will be rods going from here to here and here to here.
which is the Y axis.
Which is the Y axis.
So this is the back of the printer, that's the front.
This will be the front.
And these are the sides.
These are the sides. They're all the same, there's four of them. They've got a single hole through here, and they basically will sit like that on each side of the printer. I haven't got enough hands to hold the last one up in place, but this is basically
I'm holding this one.
Okay. This will be how it all joins together in terms of rods and holes. And the other component that makes it all work, of course, are the legs. And these are the vertical legs. There's four of them. They're longer than all of the other pieces, by quite a way. And you'll obviously get one in each corner. Like that. And that is the frame in a nutshell. So we will just go ahead now and we will join it all together.
So this is what Allen key do we need? 4 mil? 5 mil. 5 mil Allen key.
It pays to get one of these ones with the ball end on one end, because quite often you can't get straight into these nuts. You have to go in at an angle.
Yeah.
So having a ball end makes it possible. If you just try and do it with this standard end, you can't do it. You need an Allen key with this sort of ball end on it.
A smaller Allen key helps in putting these T-pieces into the frames. So you slide them in and you just line them up so that the little spring-loaded ball holds them in place and they're not flying around inside the profile. So you can slide them up and down. Sometimes it's relevant where the thread is, whether it's at the top or the bottom. So you have to figure that out. And if this is the left-hand side, this is the bottom thread going like this. Actually, the bottom has to stand off a bit.
Yeah, 145.
145 millimeters. So the bottom rod doesn't have to go to the bottom, onto the bottom, and it doesn't have to be just.
Right, so this is two sides of the printer built. This is the front side and this is the back. You can tell the back because you've got the two holes in the centre there, which is where the Z-axis runs, and you've got holes here and here matching up with here and here, so that they will be where the Y-axis goes when it's completed.
So this is the left side of the printer.
Yep.
The left
So
frame.
this is the front where I am, this is the left. And this gap here will eventually be 145 millimeters from the bottom to the bottom of this profile. Just initially, you just set it somewhere and you work that out later. It's part of the calibration of the frame. Right, so that's the basic frame completed. As you can see, it's not aligned at all. It's out of square, so that's the next job to do, is to bring it into square. And you start by the top, adjusting the top profiles, and you adjust each of these side ones so that they are exactly flush with the top of the leg, and you do that to each of the four corners. Then you move down to this layer, which we'll see next.
Okay.
So that's got the top of the frame correct, but as you can see, the bottom layer here is still wrong. Now when you're setting the bottom layer, it's important to get the distance from the bottom of the foot to the bottom of this profile on all of them to be 145 millimeters. And when you've done that, they should all be flush. Like this one is fairly flush, but they all should line up and it will stop dropping like this.